Hey, welcome back to the channel, Tea Times for Two, Golf Travel for Couples. Hey, I'm Scott. I've spent the past 40 years as a high school football and golf coach, and my wife Cheryl and I now spend our free time traveling around the world trying to find the best golf resorts for couples, and then we share our experiences with couples like us who are trying to find the best places to stay and play.
In today's video, we are going to be rating our top 5 courses in the north end of the South Carolina side of the Grand Strand.
So stay tuned. Welcome back. As we begin our Myrtle Beach series, let me start by saying I've been going to Myrtle Beach since 1985 and have taken several trips over the years back to the Grand Strand. And I've played over 100 golf courses in the area, including several that no longer exist. During COVID, I taught my lovely wife Cheryl here how to play golf. And since then, we've taken a couple trips to Myrtle Beach, including one summer where we played 33 rounds in 30 days. That'll test your marriage.
So in this series, we will start off with our top courses in each section of Myrtle Beach, and we will base them on the playability, course layout, value, aesthetics, and then we will rate and review each course individually. So sit back and enjoy as we rate our top 5 on the north end of the South Carolina side of the Grand Strand.
Now, before we get into our top 5, let's talk about a couple of courses that just missed making the list. Number one of which would be the Long Bay Golf Club out in Long, South Carolina. It's an 18-hole Jack Nicklaus signature course. It's a great design with terrific mounding and bunkering like you would expect with Jack Nicklaus golf courses. And it's always been in terrific shape when we played it. It's got multiple sets of tees, so it was playable from a higher handicap player to a low handicap player. So it was a great golf course, but it just barely missed out on making our top 5. And then the Barefoot Fazio course in North Myrtle Beach. I can't really give it an honest assessment because it's the only one of the 4 at the Barefoot landing that we didn't play. So like the other 3, I'm sure it's superb. The other 3 are all first-class operations, so I can't put it in our top 5 because we haven't played it. It's the only one of about maybe 5 in the whole area, 4, I think, that I haven't played in the whole Grand Strand. All right, so coming in at number 5 on our list on the top 5 courses on the north end of Myrtle Beach on the South Carolina side would be Glen Dornoch in Little River, South Carolina. This is 18 holes designed by Clyde Johnson, and it opened in 1997 as a tribute to Hall of Fame architect Donald Ross. The course is set alongside the intercoastal waterway and marshland, and it winds through a moss-covered Spanish oak trees. Very pretty layout.
Yeah, and this course was rated by Golf Magazine as one of the top 20 courses in South Carolina.
Yeah, and Golf Digest gave it 4.5 stars.
Yeah, it's got a tough set of finishing holes, so like holes 15 through 18.
Yeah, the holes came out on the marsh. Yeah, they're really tough. You've got to really hit great tee shots and play your way around those 3 holes. Really tough. It's got 5 sets of tees ranging from about 5,000 yards, as you can see on the scorecard behind me, to about 6,700 yards, including the unique double green 9 and 18, which is really unique.
And this course is probably one of the prettiest layouts on the Grand Strand.
Yeah, if you like tree line course, you get that with the first 6, 7, 8 holes. And then if you like marsh and on the waterway, you get that, especially with the finishing holes. On both sides, 8, 9, and then 15 through 18. It's very, very pretty. It's extremely tight off the tee. So, positioning is key if you want to play this one well. It's the way it was designed. Get in play off the fairway. It's a second shot golf course. So great golf course. All right, coming in next at number 4 on our list of top 5 golf courses on the north end of Myrtle Beach on the South Carolina side would be the Barefoot Norman course in North Myrtle Beach. This is 18 holes golf in the 72-hole complex at Barefoot Landing. And this one was designed by Golf Hall of Famer Greg Norman.
Yeah. And so in 2017, this was actually rated North America's Golf Resort of the Year, the whole resort.
Yeah, it's easy to see why. It's definitely a first-class operation. 2006, it was rated the 100 must-play courses of the Carolinas by Golf Styles of the Carolinas.
Yeah, and this one has 7 holes on the Intercoastal Waterway.
Yeah, so this one's a little more scenic than a couple of them because it's got 7 holes that run along that waterway right there, and you'll see the boats going up and down the waterway all day long. It's got a lot of waste areas. He used a lot of waste areas with native grasses and native areas there.
Yeah, and it's shorter but tighter off the tee than the Love course.
Yeah, we played the Love course with my brother and sister-in-law, and it was a lot longer. So this one was, you had to be a little more precise with your tee shots on it, but it was shorter, so it played probably easier to you. 5 sets of tees. Ranging from about 4,900 yards all the way back to 7,000 yards from the tips, with several risk-reward holes like the drivable par 4/8. Love drivable par 4s.
And this course, like all of the Barefoot Landing courses, it was in excellent shape when we played it.
Oh yeah, the 3 that we've played were just pristine, so well worth the cost there. Now, it is higher. The price, if you go online and you look for prices, no matter which package you get, it's going to be higher than all of the others in the area. But they have a special, and you can check their website out. Wednesdays, definitely. When we played them all, it was on a Wednesday because the price was so much cheaper. And if you play in the afternoon, it's a lot cheaper. Green fees are much, much cheaper then. So, and I think different times of year they have specials too. So. Definitely want to play the Barefoot courses on Wednesdays. Coming in at number 3 on our list is the Barefoot Love course in North Myrtle Beach. Of the 72 holes, this 18 holes was designed by Golf Hall of Famer Davis Love. Yeah, in 2016 and 17, it was rated the top 100 public courses you can play by Golf Magazine.
Yeah, and this is actually, I don't know if you have watched this, but this was the host site of the Golf Channel's Big Break.
Oh yeah, when Big Break was in Myrtle Beach, I wish that show was still on. That was an awesome show.
A great show.
It was. I don't know why they don't do it anymore, but it was a great show. This one had bigger fairways than the Norman course did. I thought it was longer, but the fairways were much bigger. When Davis Love designed this, he designed it as a tribute to Pinehurst No. 2 and Donald Ross's masterpiece. So you're going to see green complexes that are reminiscent of that with the convex greens, kind of the bowl greens. You're going to see a lot of native grasses and waste areas like you would see on Pinehurst No. 2.
Yeah, and then holes 3 through 7, they've recreated the Low Country plantation ruins.
Yeah, on some of the holes you can see behind us here on the screen, there was an old plantation house that they recreated that used to sit on this site. It was an old rice plantation at one time. The Love course has 5 sets of tees, and it is longer than the others. It runs from 5,300 all the way back to 7,000 yards from the tips. I think it was the easiest off the tee because the fairways were wider than the 3. Definitely much easier than the Dye course and the Norman course.
Yeah, and bonus, they do have discount fees on Wednesdays. So, and at least it was in the summer when we were there.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much year round on Wednesdays. And like we said in our rating the Norman course, definitely want to play on Wednesdays. It's much, much cheaper. So, all right, coming in number 2 on our list of top 5 golf courses on the north end of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina side, is Tidewater Golf Club in North Myrtle Beach. This 18 holes was designed by Ken Tomlinson, and it's located between the Intercoastal Waterway and Cherry Grove Beach, with several holes on the tidal marsh with amazing views, not only of the marsh, but of the beach right there in the distance. Absolutely love the layout.
Yeah, and this one has 6 sets of tees, so they range from 4,600 all the way up to 7,100. So again, this makes it playable for all different levels.
Yeah, the 6th and my favorite part of the course, 16 through 18, the finishing holes that run along the marsh, is really tough, really hard golf holes and beautiful golf holes. So you didn't mind playing a hard golf hole when you're looking out at that marsh and the beach in the distance there. Yeah,
and I thought it was one of the best high-end courses for women as far as playability, but then again, challenging to a low handicap player as well.
Yeah, I picked it out because, one, I hadn't played it before. After all the trips I'd been out there, I'd never played it. But two, I wanted a course that Cheryl would be comfortable in, and it only at 4,600 yards. It was very playable for her, and she enjoyed the marsh out there. I think it was the only day we had just a few minutes of rain there. It was a little overcast that day, but it's a gorgeous golf course, and it was in exceptional shape. It was well worth the money. This one is going to be one of the more expensive ones that you can play, but again, they run deals in the afternoon if you want to get a better deal on it. So, but it's definitely worth the cost to play. Don't be scared by the $100 green fees. Again, like we said in our other videos, that's really cheap compared to some of the places we've played across the world. Definitely worth a bucket list course that you want to play when you, especially if you're staying in North Myrtle Beach, because it's right there.
Yeah.
And coming in at number one of our top 5 courses on the north end of Myrtle Beach on the South Carolina side would be the Barefoot Die course, or the club, Barefoot Die Club in North Myrtle Beach. It's an 18-hole semi-private course designed by Pete Dye. And if you've watched our other videos or other series, you know I love Pete Dye golf courses. Some of my favorites I played, TPC Sawgrass, Harbor Town. I absolutely love his designs. It has its own clubhouse, so it's separate from the other clubhouses there in Barefoot Landing, but the signs will take you right to it. It's got the typical features of a Pete Dye course. You're going to find massive mounds and grass bunkers, pot bunkers, railroad ties, bulkheads, severely sloped greens, small greens, but severely sloped, and holes that require you to play backwards from the green back to the tee, which I love. He'll make you hit a draw off the tee, but then you got to hit a fade into the green. So if you want to play it well, so he makes you think. That's why I love his golf courses so much. Now they're difficult. They're not easy. This particular golf course in 2017 was rated best in state by Golf Week magazine. It's the best courses you can play in South Carolina by Golf Magazine in 2009. It's America's top 100 golf courses. It was also rated by Golf Digest at different times as America's top 100 greatest courses that you can play. It's got 5 sets of tees running from 5,000 all the way back to 7,300 yards from the tip. So you can bite off as much as you want to chew on that bad boy. I think it's by far the most difficult of the 3 that we played. Now, again, we didn't play the Fazio course, but I can't imagine it plays more difficult than this. Although I played better on this one than I did the other 2. So, but it is by far, I think, the most difficult. And I think if you like Pete Dye courses, it's going to be the most aesthetically pleasing to you as well. If you don't like Pete Dye courses, then this is not going to be your cup of tea. Go play the other 3, and you'll absolutely love them as well. So, but I'm a huge fan of his. Love Prestwick in Myrtle Beach that they designed. You liked Prestwick. You know, we played it twice the last time we were there. You liked it so much. Oak Tree in Oklahoma. Absolutely love them. Again, discounts, even on the Dye course on Wednesdays, you can get discounts. That's why I played it. You slept in that day, and I went and played it, and I got a deal. I got the first tee time out and played in 3 hours, I guess, and was back before you about got up. So number one course on the north end by far, I think, is the Dye course, if you like Pete Dye golf courses. So there you have it, our top 5 courses on the north end of Myrtle Beach on the South Carolina side. So please share your favorites with us in the comments below, because we'd love to hear what you think of the top 5 courses on the north end of Myrtle Beach.
Absolutely. And remember, if you enjoy this content, please hit like and subscribe below so that we can keep on providing more content for couples like us who love to travel and play golf.
Absolutely. And check back next week as we rate the top 5 courses of the central area of Myrtle Beach. And then we'll continue with our weekly ratings individually of each course that we've played in the Grand Strand area, which numbers over 100. And then check back with our other series from Bandon Dunes to Cabo San Lucas to Phoenix and Scottsdale to courses in the Caribbean and even Las Vegas. Yes. And other stops we've made around the golfing world. So hopefully we'll see you on the first tee someday.
That's right.
Hit them straight.